attitude. Robert Pickton, or Willie, as he was often called, was not a charismatic man. He carried the perpetual look of a reclusive farmer, shadowed by a cloud of gloom and a stench that never seemed to fully dissipate, a crude mixture of pig manure, damp earth, and decaying blood. Born and raised on the sprawling family hog farm in Port Coquitlam, British Columbia, the pigs were the true masters of his domain. From a young age, Robert was an outcast. He found no place in school or among his peers. His mother, an eccentric and demanding figure, forced him and his younger brother, David, into punishing labor on the farm, prioritizing their duties to the livestock over almost any human need. He never truly had a social life, only hard work, the smell, and isolation. After his parents' passing, the farm became his private, dark universe. Robert and David attempted a brief, illicit foray into entertainment, setting up a makeshift nightclub in a converted slaughterhouse they called Piggy's Palace. They hosted wild, raucous parties that drew a mixed crowd of up to 2,000 people, including outlaws and business figures. Yet, even these attempts at fun failed to banish the darkness from Willie's soul. Part 2. The Downtown Eastside Trap. In the 1990s, Vancouver was haunted by an increasing number of disappearances. Dozens of women, many of them Indigenous, sex workers, and struggling with addiction, vanished from the impoverished Downtown Eastside neighborhood, as if they had simply dissolved into the air. This district was perceived by some as the city's vulnerable underbelly, and the disappearance of its women failed to garner sufficient urgency from authorities. Robert knew the area well. He regularly drove there to dispose of animal waste from his farm. Over time, this isolated man, slowly and viciously, began to exert his sick power. He exploited these women's vulnerability and their desperate need for money, shelter, or drugs, convincing them to get into his truck and drive out to the farm. For Robert Pickton, the farm was more than just a place to raise swine. It was the stage for a dark part of himself that he could no longer suppress. He seemingly believed no one would miss these easy victims, and that his hungry pigs would be the only witnesses to his gruesome acts, devouring the evidence behind the walls of the rusty barns. Part 3. The Escaped Witness and the Breakdown. In 1997, Pickton nearly exposed himself. He attacked a woman on the farm, but she fiercely fought back, managed to stab him with his own knife, and escaped with her life. She reported the incident to the police, and Pickton was arrested for attempted murder. However, insufficient evidence was gathered at the time, and the charges were later dropped. That moment should have been a turning point, a red flag for the police to dig deeper into the hog farm, but the investigation proceeded with frustrating slowness. The end finally came in February 2002. Police arrived to search the property based on a tip regarding illegal firearm ineligibility period of 25 years.